Welcome to Barbies and Baby Dolls, where I talk about dolls. Big and small, I love them all. My name is Becca, and let's get this video started. Today, I wanted to talk about my Lee Middleton dolls. I currently have 4 in my collection, and I may or may not have ordered another one that might be here in a few days. Who knows? But we'll see. I'm sure there'll be another video about that one. But anywho, I wanted to talk about my current 4 Lee Middleton dolls that I have. They're all girls. I have 4 girls. And I first want to start with this little lady. This little lady is, I don't have her certificate authenticity. I bought her second, well, actually, all of them are secondhand because Lee Middleton dolls are not produced anymore, not like this. So I got her at a doll show every year in Maryland, in Gaithersburg, Maryland. They have a antique teddy bear and doll show. And this little lady, 2 Decembers ago, was sitting on a table. She just had like a generic Christmas outfit on, so she's not in her original outfit, didn't have her original paperwork. I didn't care, because when I saw that face, look at this little face with these little blue eyes, and she has light little freckles and this auburn colored hair. She just took my breath away, and I needed to have her. I didn't care that she didn't have any of her information. It didn't matter to me. And I think now I have 2 dolls with this same type of face, because I just absolutely love it. I personally have brown hair, brown eyes. My husband is blonde, blue-eyed, and we happen to have a child that is red hair and blue eyes. So I guess I just have a secret soft spot for little red-headed children. Come to find out, this little lady is actually the pajama party doll. And I think she originally came with obviously pajamas, like a little bathrobe and some slippers, and her hair was in these pigtails. I had to go find a Lee Middleton Facebook group and throw her picture up there and see if someone could help me identify her. So someone told me it was the pajama party, and after I got my hands on some, old photos, do a deep dive on the internet, I found that that's who she was. And I feel like this little girl, I feel as though she has a very big personality. I feel like if she was a real child, she'd be very mischievous, get into lots of troubles, harass all the dogs in the house, be climbing on things she's not supposed to. I don't know. I just feel as though she would be a very mischievous little girl. And I have named her Robin. So this is little Robin. And today, so far, right now, she's wearing, because I do have a dachshund, so my whole personality is dachshund related. She has these cute little jammies I got from Walmart with little dachshunds on them. I thought they were pretty cute. But today I want to get her changed, and I wanted to talk about the whole Lee Middleton history. It's quite fascinating. I have done a little research on it, and I just wanted to share it with all you guys. And also, I will be sharing my other 3 dolls. For right now, though, this little lady is going to get an outfit change. And I feel as though she could be like a little tomboy, so she wanted to wear this little sweatsuit. It has bugs all over it, different blue and green, caterpillars and grasshoppers and snails. I just feel like this outfit is very fitting for her, and then a little sweatshirt. So we'll be changing her into that and some little white socks. Currently, right now, she's been running around barefoot, but it's a little chilly out, so she probably needs some socks. So I want to get into the whole history of Lee Middleton. So Lee Middleton, has now passed. She passed back in 1997. Her name was Lee Middleton Ulrich, and she started her business in 1976 in her kitchen. She started sculpting porcelain dolls, and she was married to a gentleman named Lloyd. So you'll hear of Lloyd Middleton and Lee Middleton dolls. That's throughout their history. So she was married to Lloyd. She grew up in Springfield, Ohio. And like I said, she started sculpting porcelain dolls in her kitchen. And then one day she decided to basically partake in a competition at a local doll show. So she put up a couple of her dolls in this competition. She ended up winning best in show, and also ended up selling all those dolls that she brought to that event. So she was just like an immediate hit. She was just a very crafty human being. And also I'd read that she was really into anatomy and the physical body, and making sure that when she sculpted, all her dolls were very lifelike. Like they looked very, like a real human would look like. Okay, so after she won that doll show, she became, oh yes, and then she kept making dolls and traveling to different doll shows, and her dolls were just becoming very, very popular. And so then she had people, she became very well known in the doll show market, but then there were stores that wanted to, like gift shops and doll shops that wanted to carry her dolls. So, and she was still doing all this stuff out of her house. So then she had to enlist family and friends to help make the dolls out of their houses so that she would, be able to keep up with this demand. So, but of course, demand got even higher. And in 1980, Lloyd and Lee decided to rent a basement in a bank for their operation. It cost them about $50 a month. Within 4 months, they had to rent the first floor. And then after an additional 6 months, they grew even faster and larger, and they had to take over the second floor of that bank. And they were paying for rent. I just thought this was funny. $75 a month for rent, to rent this space to produce these dolls. These porcelain dolls. They started with porcelain dolls. Let's see. And then, that's right. They also, their doll business, when she first started, they were called the Kingdom Doll Originals. So that was the first name of their business. So then in 1984, they started realizing that porcelain was it was very problemic. Yes, problemic. Having a hard time with that word. Medium to work with. The process was very time consuming. The price of the material was, going up. So yes, it was very time consuming, and it had to be hand cleaned before it could be fired and decorated. So back then, for them to be able to do this process, the dolls were costing between $500 and $700, which is, that's a lot of money back in the 80s just for, a porcelain doll. So then, what was it? So soon after that, they decided to bring vinyl into their company. So, and that's when she started doing vinyl dolls. And obviously they realized that vinyl is way cheaper. It's a quicker production. And now they could sell the dolls for, $100 to $200. And then also, with them being able to make them in vinyl and make more of them, they were able to get their name out there further, and more people can own her pieces of art. Because even though they are vinyl back then, they were handmade, and, they weren't made in a factory. They were made in a factory, but they weren't like mass produced in an out of the country type of factory. Their station was always in the United States. Let me see. So her dolls were renowned for their lifelike qualities, and became the first vinyl dolls to be numbered and signed and to achieve collectible status. By 1988, sales had reached $4.8 million. So they were pretty successful. Although in 1990, Lee and Lloyd Middleton, they divorced. And then in 1991, the company of the name the name of the company was changed to Lee Middleton Original Dolls, Inc. But before their divorce, Lloyd had hired a new plant manager who initiated an ill-advised marketing strategy. He went heavily on advertising and it had little effect. I feel as though this is like a common story in a lot of companies, whether it be doll making or any kind of toy making, or, on Wall Street, like big companies selling anything. There's always a guy that they get hired and they come in and they screw everything up. So, anyways, this guy did so much damage, spent so much money that by the end of 1991, they had to file for Chapter 11. And come to find out, they had liabilities of $4 million with assets of only $2.8 million. So, yeah, they were not in a very good place. But years earlier, in 1987, there was like this real estate group that came in, Bando McLaughlin. They invested $2.4 million into their company, a few years earlier. So by 1993, this same investor, Brando McLaughlin, they didn't want to see the Lee Middleton Dolls go, because they already had an invested share in them, like the invested interest. There you go, invested interest in them. So they actually bought Lee Middleton's company for $1, where they gained 51% stake, and the rest remaining was still to Lee Middleton. They wanted her to continue on, have the 49%, so that she still was the artistic talent behind this company, because she was such a great artist that they felt as though they still wanted her involved. So profits did grow. They grew up to $1.8 million by 1996. So obviously they weren't as big as they were years before the whole bankruptcy, but they did grow. They did grow pretty significantly. And also during this time, during 1994 and 1996, they introduced newborn babies. Now, this is not one of the newborn babies. She is more of a baby made in the 2000s. And actually, this doll herself was not made by Lee Middleton, personally herself, because in 1997, Lee Middleton did pass away. She died of a fatal heart attack. So, Bando McLaughlin, they're still owning the business and they still don't want to give up on the business. So they started to reach out to other artists. So here comes Reva Schick. So this little lady, actually, because she has, Reva is printed right on the back of her neck, and she has a number. She's 1076. So Reva Schick is actually the artist behind this little doll. And actually, she's the artist behind a lot of the dolls in the early 2000s, because she was the big name at the time after Lee Middleton passed. So yeah, so Reva Schick was the first doll designer to have her work produced under the Middleton banner. Other artists also joined: Eva Helland, Linda Harry Boeing, and Mavis Snyder. And in 2000, the Lee Middleton Company moved their headquarters to Columbus, Ohio. And also, so they started as King Doll Originals, then they went to Lee Middleton Originals, Inc. But then in 2001, the company now was just called the Middleton Doll Company. So, Lee had been moved away from the name because she had passed, and they had new artists. And then also in 2001, they also opened a newborn nursery adoption centers. They did it in 40 different participating retailers around the USA. And basically the whole concept was that you go in and you don't just purchase a doll, you adopt one, where there's a nurse and they fill out a birth certificate and all this good stuff. And you can still see that. There's even a doll shop in Pennsylvania that I've been to, Amy and Darla's, I think. They kind of have that, like they have a nursery setup area, and they're mostly Behringer dolls. They kind of do the same thing. But I believe there were some Lee Middleton dolls, or just Middleton dolls there, like just baby ones that are like kind of mass produced or whatever. But either way, their headquarters have always been in Ohio. They were very much wanting to have these collectible items only made in the United States. But, you know, as time goes on, after continual losses in 2008, the company decided to make their publicly traded company private. Basically, they saw, well, obviously, we all know 2007, the whole housing market crash. We had a huge recession. It was bad. It was bad in the United States. So obviously that affects luxury items. Like these are luxury items. You don't need these to survive. So they lost a lot of sales. They went publicly traded to privately traded, and basically so they didn't have to file for bankruptcy again. And that's kind of all the information I was able to find. I couldn't really find anything after 2008. So I don't know, like, because you can't, because that's the thing, back in the day when they had these dolls, you got these beautiful catalogs and you could pick out these dolls. That's not a thing anymore. You can't do that anymore. You can only get these, you know, secondhand. Hopefully you find a collector that never took them out of the box and they're brand new. Or if they're gently used, or even if they're badly used, you could probably fix them up. But I still believe you can still find those like newborn Middleton dolls, like factory, like in a package type of deal. But nothing like what these dolls were like back in the day. And I'm going to show you my 3 other dolls that I have their original stuff, their original outfits, and their certificates. So this little lady is all dressed and ready to go cause some mischief. So I'm going to let her go sit in the other side of the room, and I'm going to grab one of my other girls. So hold on one second. Okay, I am back. Now, this little lady, I ended up finding her on Macari. She's standing. Also, the little girl, the pajama party girl, Robin, I call her. She also can stand. This one can stand. She has straight legs. And actually, her hair that wasn't her original hairstyle. I wanted it to look more like, you know, little girl's hairstyle. I'll put up a picture of her when I first got her with her original hairstyle. This little lady is the Winter Splendor. Let's see, there we go. And she was 838 of 1000, November 20th of 2020. Oh my goodness, 2002. So what is she? 23 years old. 23 years old, and she's in pristine condition. I don't have the box anymore because I'm a fool and I like to throw out the boxes. But she came in pristine condition. I think she was just literally sitting in someone's closet for 20-something years. And she was made by that Ava Helland. So this is what the little certificates looked like. Winter Splendor. And she came with this very, very elaborate outfit. So she had this off-white hat with this big yellow brooch. It's very fuzzy. It's like, almost looks like she should have been like, I don't know, like when you think of like the Russian winter with the storms, and you have to wear your little muff for your hands. So this little muff for her hands. And she came with these little leather boots. And with working buttons. They're little like pearl-like buttons on these little leather boots. Very, very detailed. And then she came with this coat. It's this off-white coat with the fur on the top. And also there are little pearl-like buttons on them. And let me see, do these? Oh no, they're not working pockets. They just look like pockets. And then this was the dress underneath. So it's very elaborate, very elaborate. Like there's like this see-through like tulle layer, and then there's a satiny layer underneath, a bow here, just like, and oh yeah, and like look at these clasps. They just have beautiful clasps. Like it's amazing, these outfits. And then the sleeves are see-through. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And then the back just has this Is that like metal? It's, well, it's like a thread, and then there's like a little pearl in the middle. But yeah, just the outfit is just incredible. So that's what she came with. And in my nursery, her name is Magnolia, or I call her Maggie for short. I feel as though her personality, she would be like the teacher's pet, the always helping mom around the house, like does no mischief. And once again, she's a redheaded, blue-eyed little girl. Obviously, I have a thing for my little redheads, and she's so very cute. Let me go grab the next little girl in my collection. Okay, so this is my third little lady, and she is called the Keepsake Memories. And she's a smaller edition. She's 106 of 504, and she was July 20th of 2006. So I guess, yeah, my son was born in 2007, so she's like 19 years old. And this one was also a Reva Schick doll. But so cute, so cute. She's so cute. She's so cute. So yeah, so she has the same type of face sculpture as my, the pajama party girl. I just love something about this little mouth being opened. And has blonde hair and green eyes. She's so cute. And she's a little bit smaller, like she has bent legs. She's more of a baby. And she came with, oh, that was another thing. So Lee Middleton, she was a very deeply devoted Christian. So all of her dolls, all the little dolls, came with these tiny little, baby Bibles. So all the dolls came with this tiny little baby Bible with a bunch of different things in the scripture in there. And then it came with this little sign. So yeah, edition 504, released in July of 2006. Oh, her face, okay, so her face sculpt is called Small Wonder. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, and she sold for $200 back in 2006. This little girl and the next girl I'll show you, I ended up getting this last December at that same antique teddy bear and doll show in Gaithersburg. And so the people that were there at that, because they, just people there on booths and they sell their collections. They were actually a doll shop that was in Frederick, Maryland, but they were going out of business and they wanted to get rid of a lot of their stock. And I'm kind of, oh my God, they had some really great stuff. But, I had to like have some self-control. And also they gave me an amazing, because all their stuff in their shop or in that booth, they were all half off. So I ended up getting 2 dolls for the price of one. I paid $150 for these 2 absolutely gorgeous dolls with the original box, original clothing, never played with. They were in pristine condition. So yeah, so this little girl, she came with her little tag. And I actually held on to the boxes. And then her little outfit, it had these little white bloomers. And then there's a layer of tulle. And then this beautiful little dress. It's embroidered with little flowers, just the lace embroidery. It's a little white skirt, or little white dress, I should say, with just all these little flowers embroidered. Yeah, these little tiny pearl-like buttons in the back. Like, come on now. This is like just gorgeous. And look at the ribbing on the side and the little pink ribbon. Beautiful, beautiful dress. And then, hello, look at these adorable little shoes. These little like leather type cradle shoes with embroidered flowers on them. And these little white stockings that had ruffles on them. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I can't even say enough. And then this little girl came also, because she was the keepsake memory, she came with this little glass shoe that has the same flower painted on the side. Glass shoe. Insane. And it says, hand painted by R. Williams. So yeah, hand painted in the USA. Look at this. Beautiful. So this little girl, oh, I almost forgot. It came with these two little barrettes too for her hair. These little pink flowers. And so here I just have her in this little bear outfit because, you know, it's winter and chilly out. And maybe someday I'll put her back in her original outfit and just display her. But right now, I just love to play with them. I love to dress them, cuddle with them. They're just absolutely gorgeous dolls. And, you know, they needed a second life. So she came to live with me. And also, oh yes, her name, I've named her Hazel. So she's just such a cutie pie. Okay, so I have one more doll to share. Hold on one second. Okay, and now I am back with the prettiest of them all. This beautiful little girl. She's so pretty. She just has her skin tone is gorgeous, gorgeous. Her big brown eyes, and she has like applied lashes, and then underneath she has painted on lashes. Just her cute little brown lips, and then she has her ears pierced, and you can see her little nails are tipped. She's just absolutely stunning. She's also a straight leg doll, so she can stand. And it looks like I don't have the original certificate. I thought I had it, but it did, you know, she did come with this little placard, and she is the Pageant Dreams. So only 192 released in July of 2006. She has the Sugar and Spice face sculpt, and the artist was also Reva Schick. So I guess 3 of my dolls were Reva Schick. So, and yeah, so she originally, oops, come on now, focus, originally was $190. And like I said, I got both girls for $150. So very cute. And let's see, she also came with her little Bible. And she had her little, yeah, Pageant Dreams tag that was on her arm. Oh, and then this was funny. In the box, this was on the tissue paper. This doll is not a toy. This product is intended for artful display by adult collectors. Did they ever think that adult collectors were going to actually play with the dolls? I don't know. I would definitely not let any children touch any of my beautiful dolls, but I will definitely play with my dolls. But that's fine because I'm not like rough with them or anything. So anyways, she came. She's got these cute little shoes with, once again, the real button clasp. She came with that. These little frilly socks with pearls and lace. Let's see. This is her. So this dress is like multiple layers. So we have a layer of tulle. And then, well, I guess under the layer of tulle is this little, it's like a peach color. It's like a real light peach color. Here's her little bloomers. And then this is her dress. And also, once again, stunning dress. Like, look at this detail. There's sequins and pearl beading on the dress, around the collar. Like, look at even the sleeves. We have the beading. We have buttons, little pearl buttons. The back has, once again, little pearl buttons. And then, so there's like a top, oh no, there's 2 layers of tulle. Then like a satiny material for the skirt. So then she would have that on. And then her other layer of tulle. And then her bloomers. And then, because she was supposed to be a pageant girl, then there is this tiara. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. Little metal tiara with pearls on them. So yeah, and also her original, in her original state, her hair is up like in a ponytail. But I thought I would bring it down because I took it down. And just look at this. It's just beautiful, soft curls. Just beautiful. And who knows, I might put it up again or put it in pigtails. I don't know. It's so beautiful. And she's just such a beautiful little doll. And I also, her name here at my nursery is Ivy. So little Ivy, she's just so precious. And yeah, when I walked up to that booth and the lady was like, "Oh yeah, the all my dolls are going to be half off. We're trying to liquidate our inventory." I was like, "Okay." And I just started. She actually had a couple other Lee Middleton dolls that I probably could have grabbed, but I didn't want to be greedy, and also I have to have some self-control. But I grabbed these two, and they were still. We still had the box and all the original items for them. They're just gorgeous, and I think I made the ladies' day because I just was talking about my other Lee Middleton dolls and how I just really enjoy the art, and it's kind of fun, especially going to that event. It's really fun to talk to all these women because most of them are collectors themselves, and that's why they're there. They're either there to break down, lessen their collection, or there were quite a few people there that it was their mother's or great grandmother's collections that they needed to sell now, and they want to make sure that it's going to other doll collectors that are not going to just throw this stuff out. Like, they know the value of these items. So this was a bit of a longer video today. So far, I think this is probably my longest video. But I really wanted to talk about Lee Middleton and the history behind her. And I found it very interesting finding all about her career and how it grew so quickly. And yeah, and I'm so glad that there are collectors out there that still have a lot of these dolls new in box, so I can get them. They are given a second life, and they're just such beautiful little ladies to have in my collection. And like I said, there may or may not be another Middleton doll coming into this house, so to be continued. But anyways, if you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And I'll see you all later with hopefully some more history about my awesome dolls that I have. See you later. Bye.